Here we go. All right, we're on and we're recording. So grab your pen and also notepad. As I said, this will be online. I can send to you the link, but there will be some discussions and also exercises that I will try to encourage you to do on your business. Questions, I'm going to give question breaks so you don't have to wait till the end. There will be some questions break. And then what I would like you to do is, I've been seeing some posts on the screen grabs of Zoom. Please be community and privacy minded. Please ask people if you want to post it, that's fine. If they give their permission, I give my permission, we give our permission with James. If you are going to post, please be also community minded and tag us. Social media tagging is everyone's need right now. And in terms of Zoom usage, you can send me messages, I think, and you can also give me some thumbs up and stuff like that, or I can see you actually, your faces on my computer. Thumbs up, yeah, I can see that. So moving forward, all right, let's talk about the real thing. So how can you be seen and heard in the extreme noise? Because right now it is the extreme noise. Think about your clients, okay? I think most of you have women clients, or majority of women clients. So think about them. What's their life like? Think about your life, and then you will understand. There are probably one or more kids in the house, the husband in the house working from home. They're worried probably about their finances, or at least their own financial situation regarding their businesses. They're probably receiving around 150 WhatsApp per day from all the family and friends and everything, another 100 on Instagram. So your clients are exactly in the same situation. They are totally mind blown with the crowd of information, okay? And you going there and giving the same message is not going to work. You have to adapt to your message. You going there and saying, I'm taking you as example, Stefania. Oh, I'm gonna style you because I'm a personal stylist. It's not gonna work, because most likely they're in their pajamas or something similar, or lycras all day long. So how are we gonna survive in this situation is the most important thing. So quick check for you. How many of you have you received and done this little exercise? Thumbs up. I can see you. No, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, I saw, yeah, thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up, thumbs up. No, okay. All right, so I guess a few of you have completed it. So again, for those who have completed it, thumbs up if you think that the problem that they were facing has changed since Corona. Okay. So Jenny is saying it has changed. Bahar is saying has changed. Just a second, I'm trying to scroll up. Here we go. That's better. Changed. Everyone says changed. Don't know. Okay. So you're probably kind of right, but for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to prove you that you're wrong. Okay. So how am I going to do this? So I'm gonna tell you a problem of mine. I was supposed to go to Costa Rica after about a year of no holidays before Corona kicked in. And we almost booked our holidays, 2 weeks in the sun, sea and nature. And we decided to wait another week just before Corona hit Italy. So let's see my problem now. I haven't taken any proper holidays since probably, as I said, at least a year, last April. Do you think that I could do with some holidays? I think so. I could do with some holidays. Still, Corona did not take that away. I really want to go to Costa Rica as I haven't been there yet. So my wish to visit that country hasn't changed. I want a nice family holidays mixed with relaxation, but also some local experience. So I would still go and do my booking through a local agent. So that need hasn't changed either. So if you look at it, definitely the problem remains intact, but something has changed. Something has changed that I am no longer booking. I didn't book it. And the thing is, when I have decided to wait, everything was still very calm in EU. I started to, but I had taken that decision and I started to ignore all the mails from the agent, okay? Because her mails were no longer in my visibility field or hearing field. But had she understood what was going on in my head and adapted her offer to me, I would probably have bought it. It's just that she just kept talking and talking about the same thing. So my problem has not changed, but something is different. And let's check that. And I am pretty sure that this is the same for many of you. So first, I want to clarify what is a problem, okay? In terms of a buying situation, a problem is a situation that makes me unsatisfied, okay? In terms of, so this is a general explanation for SMEs, especially for us small micro businesses and also solopreneurs. You need to always focus on the audience who have an unsatisfaction, but who have a desire to solve it. Okay, so what is a problem that you should be focusing on is that kind of like the person who is willing to change and has the ability to change. Okay, and what I would say is that with all this Corona, what has been impacted is that willingness to change and ability to change. Okay, so we're going to look at it in a more detailed way. Here's my problem, and here is the 5 parameters of willingness to change. Okay, so this is how it goes. There are 5 parameters. One is the importance. Okay, how important is this problem to me? I'm going to take a really simple example. Like let's take the example for Suellen. Okay, Suellen is a virtual assistant. Give us a wave, please, Suellen. And she's also working with us. Thank you so much for this. So Suellen resolves the problem of someone who is not able to do what is needed to do because of time constrictions. Okay. I needed Suellen about probably a year ago. Okay, and my problem, the importance of my problem got increased with some different circumstances, and my need for help was like, okay, now I gotta get it. Okay, so the importance has changed. And that is, I cannot give you parameters for that importance because it is such a behavioral economics and such a personal thing. Some people cannot do without flowers on their kitchen tables, right? They have to have them. They even get the Freddy's flowers subscription. I like flowers. I have nothing against flowers, but I don't have it as a main problem. So I will never subscribe for this. So this problem and perception of the problem is personal, okay? Are you with me? Yeah, good. So the second parameter is the urgency. I believe this is one of the parameters that is mostly impacted by this Corona. So this is a really interesting concept to study right now, because imagine this toilet paper behavior that changed, okay? I guarantee you, corona is not an intestinal flu. We all know that. Our eating habits haven't changed. The entire population don't need to go to the toilet 5 times. But weirdly, the urgency perception of toilet paper changed, right? And with the fear and the panic, I'm raising my hands and I'm saying to you, I had to order, I don't know, like a year's worth toilet paper, because there was no toilet paper left anywhere. And I was like, oh my God, we're gonna be left without toilet paper also. So that's the urgency. Nothing has changed about the toilet paper, nothing. But we thought that we perceived the urgency differently. Then we're going to mandatory. So the third parameter is about mandatory. So here we have an accountant, right, Didi? And I would say, hi, Didi. So what I would say is, probably you are the sector that will get less hurt, as well as lawyers, for example. You are holding a technical knowledge, and we all need to file our taxes or sign contracts. Or if you have a dishwasher broken, whether corona or not, you will get that engineer in your house. Maybe you will disinfect that person head to toe, but you will get that person in. Okay, so those are the mandatory fields. And in the service sector, if you're not in the mandatory fields, if you're in the mandatory field, most likely your business will be less shaken. And if you're not, it's more kind of vulnerable to change. The frequency of the problem. This is about how frequently I face the problem, okay? How frequently my client faces the problem. The frequency means that's the amount of the time I'm gonna get annoyed by the lack of something, or I'll be pushed to solve it, okay? So let's take again, for example, personal styling example. You again, Stefania, because we have done so many work with you. So the thing is, if I need personal styling, I needed personal styling. Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Just in time. I mute again.
Okay. So I considered that I needed a personal styling. Okay. Because I do some public speaking presentations, and I'm 5'2", so why not to empower my image and feel up-level my style and feel more confident about myself. Evidently, before Corona, I was facing my dull wardrobe probably on a daily basis. But now, because I don't go and expose myself to any public gathering, I don't face this problem all the time. It's not that my wardrobe got a fairy touch right away. I didn't solve the problem. It's just that the frequency is decreased. So then nothing pushes me through buying your services. Okay. And don't worry, I'm not gonna just state the facts. We're gonna see how we're gonna resolve this. Okay. So it's not just negative, horrible scenarios. And finally, how difficult is it to find a solution? This is the fifth parameter. So I would probably bet on a lot of money that none of us have a solution that is really, really, really extremely difficult. We're most likely in Me Too sectors because we're service sector. So if you are in the Me Too sectors and your solution is the solution that you're offering is not that difficult to find, you will be facing enormous amount of competition, and there will be a lot of cheapest winners. Okay, so it's going to be free, cheap, etc., etc. So there will be a lot of competition, and during the crisis, that's what happens. So that's it. I'm going to just go and ask you if you need to ask any questions, and then we will move forward on, okay, great, we have these 5 parameters, we have a kind of a changed willingness to change. How are we going to deal with it? So I'm going to put my video on and see you. Hello. So tell me if you have any questions about these things in your head right now. No? All good? Okay. Shall I go on? All clear? Perfect. Okay. Up. Moving forward. Let's move forward. Here we go. So, Corona hit us all. Okay. Corona hit the willingness to change. And we got to understand. How are we going to understand this? Very simple exercise. Now it's time to take your pen and paper. Okay. So I'm going to show you a detailed table. You don't have to replicate that. I'm going to show you then how to do it on a paper with your pen. Okay. So here's what we're going to do in a very simple kind of 1010 format. Okay. So it is life before Corona, life after Corona. You went through all these 5 parameters, right? So what I would like you to do is give a score before Corona and give a score after Corona to those to the problem that you were solving, the willingness of change. Let me get it clearer. So you know what was the problem that you're solving, right, with your client. And I'm not going to go through the exercise of problem definition. I'm just going to trust your gut feeling of what is the problem that you're solving. And then we can do this later on in the Empowered Tribe program. But in terms of their willingness to solve that problem, what was their score in terms of importance, urgency, mandatory, frequency, and solution before Corona, and what is their score after Corona? So here is the very easy and simple way of doing it. Give me from 1 to 10. And before Corona, after Corona, and put a little column on the left. Take about 2 minutes while I am trying to find my other. Okay, great. Oh, someone is doing something. Chat. Can I repeat what? Unmute, Stefania. What would you like me to repeat?
What do we have to write?
What do you mean?
On the left, on the, you said
what do you, just a second. I don't know how did I make it this move. Here we go. It's the importance, urgency, mandatory, frequency, and the ease of finding a solution. Okay, shall I move on? Are you done? Not yet? Okay, give me thumbs up when you're done. Thumbs up? Cool. Thumbs up? Okay. Great. So give me thumbs up for those who think that the importance has changed. Okay. Okay. Let's see that. Give me thumbs up for those who think that the urgency has changed. Okay. Yeah, most of you. Mandatory to resolve shouldn't change, but give me thumbs up. No, good. Yep. The frequency that they're facing the problem has changed. Give me thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. And the solution to find it, the difficulty to find a solution has changed or not? So would you say that it is easier to find a solution? No? Okay, I want to hear someone who thinks that it's not easier to find a solution. Anna Maria, you said that it wasn't easier to find a solution.
I think in a way it also depends on, for example, if I'm an architectural designer and we have work and it's construction side, of course it's going to be, I mean, if it's the solution in the idea that I know what I can do, then of course it is the same. It's easy to find the solution, but to actually do it is a totally different issue.
So are we talking about your customer? Because we're putting the customer hat on. So for them, with the corona, it impacted to find the solution easier or harder.
So I'd say that for them, so I guess it's not necessarily harder to find it, but it's harder to do it.
Oh yes, okay, I understand, because of the nature of what you're doing. Okay,
exactly.
I got it. Okay, I got it. But let's say the panel of solutions are still there. It's not difficult to find another architect. No. Right? It's not difficult to find another writer, another designer, another accountant, etc. That's what I mean. The solutions are out there, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, great. Oh, I've done something. Okay, great. So let me just hide myself again. All right. Okay. So great. We now know that there are basically 4 parameters that are impacted with this corona. How are we going to deal with this? Okay. And from now on, because we have only 20 minutes left, and I really want you to go through your questions, etc., I'm going to go quick in terms of giving you some tips and advices, okay? And then we'll go much more in depth with within the platform on these kind of things. So let's say that the importance has changed. Who said that the importance has changed? Okay, so you believe that the importance has changed. I would really encourage you to think about that. For example, Jenny, in terms of the design, why the importance would change? Why a brand would need a shittier design than what you can provide?
They don't need a worse design, but maybe on their hierarchy of what they're trying to get done for their business, maybe, if that makes sense.
Okay, so the prioritization has changed. The urgency has changed, but the importance of having a good brand wouldn't that much change.
That's true. That might be the same.
Do you understand what I mean? And this is really important to understand, because this will actually guide you in terms of how you need to speak to them and what are the actions. Because what I'm going to say to you now is, if the importance has changed, okay, oh, here we go. Sorry. Here we go. So if the importance has changed, my main message would be, this is not time to freeze, fight or flight. This is not the time to sell, okay? This is the time to nurture relationships. If you really are believing that I'm not talking about the hierarchy and priority, but really they don't care. Okay, they don't care if they have a really badly designed house or a brand, or they don't care if they didn't connect with people through networking, Samantha. So if they don't have this kind of, like, they really do not care, the importance is not there, and I really encourage you to think about this, then this is time to nurture that relationship and become a helping hand. Okay. If there is a general shift in the importance, first try to understand why. Talk to your customers. If they are not they're kind of not hearing you, definitely try to understand. And I will give you an action plan. And in all actions, I would urge you to call and connect with your customers. And if you understand that there is actually a real importance change because they are currently actually going through a lot of firing and redundancy, and and maybe actually they will close the business. These are the big things that will actually really impact the importance, because at that moment they don't care about the brand, because they're about to either close the business or not. Yeah. So nurture the relationships, become human and develop value for them. They need you most. And do not do it with a sales objective in mind. That will come later. This thing will come later. It's just you really need to connect and become a helping hand. And I will give you some advice on how you could do that. Okay. So the second thing is the urgency. Okay. So, and I expect that most of you, because you are in the sector of service, and Hannah, even for you, because I've thought about this when I saw your name on the list. Even though Hannah is a consultant for crowdfunding, and she helped us as well for with our crowdfunding. Thank you. And I was thinking about this. Right now, the money is not there, but the importance of crowdfunding, the action of crowdfunding has not changed. But I think definitely the urgency of that to resolve that problem has been impacted. And people are either they have more urgent stuff going on in their lives, or they have less money, so they have to prioritize. Okay. And you have to find the ways to get in their radar. And the best thing is to adapt your message. You cannot ignore what's going on. So what I would say is, first of all, whatever you do, introduce something related to Corona in your message. Do not ignore it. That's not an intelligent thing, because Corona is there. Okay. Contact them one by one. If you're losing clients, if the activity is stopping, contact them one by one. Talk to them and understand them. And so the idea is getting in their radar and reminding yourself. Okay. And again, I will give you some action points on that one. I'm passing the mandatory one. So the next one is the frequency. Again, it's all about getting in their radar. Frequency and emergency are very, very close to each other. This is the second parameter that will be more impacted. And because people's lives have changed, the frequency with which they are facing the same problem might have been impacted totally. So you need to adapt to your message to their current experience. So for example, if I think about Jenny, your problem, okay? To be honest, actually in your situation, for example, frequency might be increased because people have to produce more branded stuff for their content. They need to actually develop more content on social media, etc. So you really need to check that in terms of frequency, where you are at, and how you need to get in that overload of information and define your position. Yeah. for example, I was thinking about you, Stefania. You might need to shift your offer and services not only from offline to online, which is already great, but you might have to collaborate with people to bring value. So, for example, with a makeup artist who can say how to look great in front of blue light, because people are in front of blue light, right? We are all in front of our Zoom. So, like things like that, you really need to understand where they are now facing the same problem that you were solving in their lives, and what is the frequency to be able to kind of plug yourself in. And finally, it's about ease of solution. And as I said, there will be a horrendous competition out there. It is the same for us. I mean, the day Corona started to hit, I think it was like 10 days ago or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember. The morning I woke up and there were probably 10 different coaching messages on LinkedIn. So about Corona, how to do business, etc., and all that things. So it will be the same for you. The competition will increase drastically. People will get used to this and will find ways of creating a sort of different economy. So for you, it's time to keep sweet your customers, make them feel cared for, and then differentiate yourself for the rest. Okay. So it's customer is your priority. So what to do with this? Okay, here is a 3 action points for the next week for you guys. Okay, and this is kind of like, if you do this, you're gonna start to take steps on working on your business and on turning stuff, shifting stuff around. So if you're in the help column, call 5 clients at least, okay, and ask how they're doing. Prepare one ready-to-use template. It can be anything. It can be how you can actually adapt your brand to social media. It can be how to apply to for business loan for our accountant friend Didi. It can be anything. So just really try to find a real value for them. Or like an expert advice. Okay. And then for the urgency, the motto is connect and remind yourself. So pick up the phone again, talk to them, understand what they need and where they are with what they're doing in their business or in their lives, and send relevant personalized messages from different channels regularly. I'm really pushing the fact that it needs to be relevant to them. And to make it relevant, you got to understand where they are at in their brain. If you're suffering from frequency, this is the time, you have time in your hands, hopefully. This is the time to really up-level your social media, go into social groups, and develop a lot of content. This is the time to be seen and heard all the time. Okay. And finally, if you want to stand out, the first thing that you really need to do is check your competitors, what they're doing. Okay. Our competitors, we're talking all about cash and how you're gonna save cash. Who are the people that you're gonna fire or not fire? And we decided to talk about something different, because what we know is if you're not out there and seen, you're not going to have business activity, which means you're not going to have any cash to stabilize anyhow. Okay. You got to be very clear on what makes you different. We are very clear on what makes us different. We understand solopreneurship and micro business ownership, and we understand also being female and doing these. So this is kind of where we came from and created this empowered tribe. What is your difference? And finally, create a differentiating offer through your communication. Use each other. If you're going to become, and I will walk you through the Empower program, if you're going to become one of our community members, use each other, test, and also ask help. Okay? So what I would say is do's in general: listen up, be reachable, let them reach you, keep it real. We are all in it, and there's no like, I'm doing okay. We all just don't know what the heck hit us. Do absolutely not be opportunistic. That would literally kill your business. Be helpful, be generous in what you're offering, be clear in where you can help people. Shift your media. If you were utilizing one channel, shift it and try other channels. Adapt your message to their needs and adapt your offer to their needs. This is the time to think about really your offer. Okay, if we are in this for a longer period, more than 6 months, then I will tell you this is the time to think about your business model. Maybe we will have to go after different clients. Maybe you will have to deliver different products. But right now, this is the time to understand your customers and clients and audience in order to be able to be heard and seen, okay? So this is it in terms of the, let's say, training part of it. Any questions here? Are you all okay? I'm rocking at this explaining thing. Look, you are all okay. So moving forward, here is, I'm going to kind of walk you through what is Empower Tribe and how we will help you. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, Empower Tribe is here to speak its name, okay? We are here to support you and give you some guidance while building a community of business support. That's really our genuine reason to be. This is a free platform aiming to bring you ladies together in order to grow stronger after this crisis. By becoming member, you will access a very strong program that we put together, which will empower you in 3 ways. So one is we will give you tools and ways to connect with your audience in a way to be seen and heard. Secondly, we will support you with experts on how to control cash, and we will give you some cash flow templates, etc., all that stuff. And then we will also help you ensure some sort of business activity. And as I said, this is not the time to think about how am I going to make money, because that will come. You need to ensure business activity. So, and while doing that, we will also cover many other topics that are essential, like entrepreneurial effectiveness, marketing and sales in times of crisis, etc. Okay, so this is how it goes. We have 3 channels: a Facebook group, Zoom, and then the WhatsApp. And they are literally used for different purposes. So in the Facebook group, we will be posting videos, templates and tools, and some expert advice or whatever the article that seems really relevant to us that we wanted to share with you. On the coaching side, we have Ask Me Anything sessions, and they will be hold, I think, 1 hour. I'll just wait there, and then you can just jump in every week. And then on a collaboration side, we will have a WhatsApp channel for your kind of internal collaboration. So also being able to inform each other or make announcements, etc. So here is how it looks like for April. We didn't plan for longer because, I think I'm missing the 6th of, it starts 6th of April and it's exactly the same as the other weeks, okay? Sorry, I didn't see, but I missed that line. So the idea is we are not planning more than 1 month, because this is not to plan longer periods. Everything is changing every day. So this is how it's going to look like. Basically, the self part of it, so being kind of by yourself, starts every Monday. I will post a video. We will post some tools that you can use literally during the day, during the week. Wednesdays, we will hold some Ask Me Anything sessions, and that would be on Zoom. Then we have two different, so why they are yellow, we have two different kind of service, which is group coaching or one-to-one coaching. So these are not in the free offer, because it takes our time, and I might need to also ask other people. But I mean, they are just actually a how would I say? They're heavily discounted, and the price is actually kind of symbolic. Okay, so the first and I'll come to the prices, because I know you would ask me. So the first week is all about entrepreneurial effectiveness during Corona. How are we going to manage ourselves to be able to manage our business? The second week is how are we going to plan to gain clarity, focus, and momentum during this kind of really tough and unclear, ambiguous times. We'll go through cash management on the third week, and then audience and customer relationship during crisis on the fourth week. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get some little gems during the week on the Facebook channel about all of the above in a mixed way. Okay, it's just to give a little bit of a structure to all this, that we decided to give content planning like this. So how will you join? Simple. You will receive a mail, and we will post all the details. But it's kind of like you're gonna go on Facebook and ask for our Facebook group link, and then access, and then you're gonna just send me a text message on my WhatsApp so that I can bring you on the WhatsApp group. So it's pretty straightforward. It's fine. If you wanted to join or take part of the group coaching or the one-to-one coaching, if you do it up until Monday, we added even more stuff in it. So basically it was £150, but now it's £100 per month. Is it per month? Yeah, it is. No, it's for 3 months. Sorry, for 3 months. That's it. It's the value. It's £100 for 3 months of group coaching, and £200 for 3 months of private coaching. Okay, so it's like we could go probably lower. And if you decided to join our webinar Empower Tribe, if you do it until Monday, we're happy to give you 30 minutes coaching call for free as well. So I'm hoping that this will actually show you that we're really, really committed to make this happen for you. And that's about it. And I can breathe and put my video on and stop sharing. And yeah. Okay, start my video. Here we go. Is that James who gave me a clap clap? Thank you. Okay, so any questions, guys? I'm struggling. I think we had a little internet interruption there. Yeah. Any questions? Anything that I can help you with? No questions? Everything is clear? Yes.
It's not really a question. I
Go
just
ahead.
wanted to say something to reinforce what you said before. doing the example of Jen, for example, Jennifer is helping me with my graphics. So before the coronavirus exploded in the UK, we were planning to do some work. She has to do some work with me, business card brochures and everything. And then of course this happened, and I said, okay, I don't really need business cards right now. I don't really need a brochure right now because I'm not attending any networking events. But she's working on a PDF, something graphic for my online services, and also for some posts. So what you said before, maybe your priority changes, but you might need other people's services even more than before, because now we need to put ourselves there and give something extra.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much for seconding that up. Yeah, I mean, I think also one thing that I am thinking to and will encourage you during this Empowered Tribe program is, which is really important, is we cannot look ourselves in a small economy that is going on. So we cannot do, okay, Stefania gives me 50 pounds, I give her back 50 pounds. That's not gonna help if we just look at, and we need to find, and this tribe also would mean that we will help each other find other opportunities or other areas where we can actually bring help to people. Okay, so this is important to get also out of the small economy of I'm going to help this person and then she's going to help me, because it will not help us to kind of propulse afterwards. Yeah. Any comments, questions? No? Well, okay. So then I would want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Probably James is joining me on that. And
what are you doing?
Thank you so much for joining. Oh, is there hey, you muted yourself. We can see the boys, but
Right.
hello.
My hour is up, isn't it? Thank you so much, though.
Great. I'm hoping that.
No, the computer. Sorry. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you, Jalen. Bye, guys.
So you will be receiving a mail shortly, okay? And thank you for joining. I hope it was helpful.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Don't take care.
Mine is sleeping.
Oh, mine too. Bye-bye, guys. See you very soon.
Bye.